Hi everyone, we are from group 2. My group consists of myself, Sangri Kumresan, Agalia Jayapal, Nur Hazira Hanafe, Syed Amar and Muhammad Naim. Our group will be presenting our assignment title, which is Job Stress Survey on Working Adults. So the first topic that I'll be presenting is abstract. So the abstract of our project is: a job stress study was carried out to assess and measure job stress level on working adults in various working fields. So our objective for this study was to explore the job pressure and organizational factors that may influence employees' work stress levels while working in their workplace. So we did a questionnaire with 30 items under each construct. The first construct was the severity of job stress. The second construct was the frequency of job stress. So we have calculated internal consistency by using Cronbach alpha and Guttman split half. As the cumulative value is greater than 50%, the information presented shows that proper procedures were followed and the result obtained was beneficial. So in the end, we concluded that JSS is a useful test and also effective to determining the stress level of working adults.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera to Prof. Aisyah and everyone. I am Syed Amar bin Syed Abbas. I will present the introduction of our project. Our group project title for test validation project is Job Stress on Working Adult. We have 5 members in this group, which is me, Syed Amar, Muhammad Naim, Hazira, Agalia and Sangari. First of all, job stress is about the employee psychology is disturbed when there are source of work stress in the workplace. The example of the stress is heavy workload, long working hours, lack of support from surrounding like management and workers. When the employees face the stress issue, majority of employers do not know the appropriate way to deal with the problems of employee who face mental health issue. This could be cause of employee become more pressure and lost interest to do their job. The source of work stress can caused by adjustment of individual with a work environment until it give a negative impact on the physical, psychological and attitude. Some of the workers who face stress can give negative impact to themselves. For example, they will feel low energy. They will don't have a social interest and they can become hot tempered. In general, the source of stress experience can be attributed to a situation or situation encountered while running daily tasks. So I will pass to my other friend to present about JSS. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Naim. I will explain about Job Stress Survey or JSS. Job Stress Survey was created to identify workplace stressor. It gives use information about specific part of a job or work environment that could be suitable candidate for job redesign, organizational change or other intervention. Second, method of the survey is distribute that questionnaire that contain several questions and the participants are asked to respond to the question. The job stress survey was created to identify common source for work-related stress among men and women. among men and women working in a variety of business, industrial, and educational contexts. It can be used to assess stress level between personnel in different departments or division for the same company. I will pass to my another friend. Thank you.
Now I will be presenting the literature review done in our group project. So first we have actually defined job stress that were found from multiple researchers where they actually prove that job stress actually existing in many working fields, and also how it's actually happened due to many factors. Second, we also have viewed implementation of job stress survey instrument in multiple researchers where its validity and reliability was proven to be effective, where it supported the functionality of the instrument. Thirdly, we also find another instrument that have similarities with JSS, which is occupational stress indicator, which is widely used in China, and also it's proved it was the reliability of and the validity of OSI was actually tested. And lastly, there was another instrument which is called CNSS, Community Nurses Stress Scale, where it also has the similarities prospects with JSS, and also widely used in China, and it also was put on a test to define its validity and reliability.
Job stress survey instrument is focused to assess and measure severity and frequency of job stress on working adults in various sectors. Job stress survey index severity and frequency score based on 30 items and participant. The target population is worker in various sectors. We collect a sufficient number of participants, which is 52 in a single run for both scale severity and frequency of job stress. And for data collection, participants recruit via Google Form link survey to answer questionnaire of job stress survey. And for the instrument, job stress survey instrument severity and frequency score based on 30 items to provide estimate of the overall level of occupational stress experienced by an individual in various sectors. 30 items were divided into two subscales: job pressure and lack of organizational support. Using SSPS 27, descriptive statistics were conducted for individual items, score and demographic variables such as gender, ethnic, marital status, level of education, working sectors, and job title. The Cronbach alpha was used the internal consistency of the overall scale and subscale. We also use speed up to measure the consistency of the score of a test. For exploratory factor analysis, with principal component based on the following criteria, which is conversion validity should have positive correlation at least 0.5, and discriminant validity should have negative correlation at least below 0.5, and the total variance at least 50% above. And for the KMO and Bartlett should at least 0.6 with significant below 0.05. And the factor loading of the item should at least 0.5. And the items contained in each factor should have indicated internal consistency 0.7 above, and the correlation between form should have indicated internal consistency 0.7 below.
So today I'll be presenting the results of our study. The results from a survey of 54 working adults revealed how often they feel stress and how badly it affects their mental health. The number of individuals in the data set that contain the data for the variables is the valid sample size as per SPSS. And as per our report, the demographic profile is actually moderated because the mean is less than 3.6, the standard deviation is less than 2, and the kurtosis and skewness are both less than 3. The standard deviation of the type of industry, on the other hand, and courtesy statistics for marital status, working sector, and the job title are also not within the moderate range, so which indicates that the items have a strong correlation. We have used two methods to measure the internal consistency, and one of the methods would be Cronbach's alpha with a value greater than 0.7, and the second method would be Gutman's split half with a value greater than 0.5. Both demonstrate the presence of internal consistency. And the correlation matrix between items and the same contracts is actually shown in our report as well, which shows that the majority of the numbers associated with the team are less than 0.5. The data used for this study has been analyzed by KMO and Butler's test, where the significance of a value which is less than 0.6 indicates that the sample size is small, but the significance is normal as it is lesser than 0.05. The total variance is the sum of the variances of all individuals' principal components, and the information presented on our report shows that the proper procedures were followed and that the result obtained was beneficial. And as you can see in the scree plot, there is a sloped line indicating that the data collection was successful, and the component correlation matrix values are higher than 0.5, which indicates that they were all well separated. Thank you.
For discussion part, to analyze reliability, two methods were used to test the internal consistency, which is alpha Cronbach and split up, with values such as severity 0.957 and frequency 0.977, showing acceptable internal consistency by achieving 0.7 above. And for correlation between form, for severity is 0.868 and frequency 0.947. For validity, which is conversion validity, there are some items value 0.5 below, and same to discriminant validity, there are some items value 0.5 above. And show unstable factor loading. So our group decided to remove some items, which is 22 items from severity and 20 items from frequency, and the result show factor loading every item's value 0.5 above. The value of KMO and Butler, which is less than 0.6, indicate because our sample size is small. However, the significance is normal as it less than 0.05 means that there are insufficient items for each factor. For the scree plot, we observe a slope line which is conclude a successful data collection.